Alright, what's going on, dudes, and welcome to the new Minecraft Snapshot. I call this a pretty special occasion, actually. It's not very often that new sounds are implemented, and we've got a lot of them, all made by Mr. C418, so I thought we'd take a few minutes to have a listen to them. I've got my game volume turned up quite a bit, and I'd recommend that you perhaps turn up your audio levels just a bit so that you can hear a bit clearer, and each time we're going over a new sound, I'll go silent for a few seconds so that you can hear it just a bit better. So, start off with this path I've laid. We got a new sound for walking on gravel, as well as a new sound for placing gravel. Sounds sort of like you're trudging through the mud, I guess. Sand is sort of similar to gravel, except just a little less strong. And you've also got a new sound for placing down sand blocks. Now, ironically, the new sound for grass sounds a bit more like sand to me. Sounds like, I don't know what it sounds like. I'd actually be quite interested to see how C418 makes these. But anyway, we've also got a new sound for placing down grass blocks. The destruction sound, as you can tell, is still the same. New sound for walking on stone. It's pretty subtle, the change, I think. It's actually, I think they reduced the volume of it. So hopefully you're able to hear that. And then, yet again, a new sound for placing down stone. Stone is probably the most subtle of all the changes. Also, new sound for walking on soul sand. Sounds quite similar to gravel as far as I can tell, just slowed down a little bit since, of course, you are moving slower. So your footsteps are, or should be, theoretically a bit slower. Also, nice new sound for swimming in water. Kind of just sounds like a nice tidal, I don't know, the tide going in and out. It's very pleasant. It's like something I'd put on an alarm clock and fall asleep to or something. Anyway, we've also finally got a unique sound for not only placing ladders down, but also climbing them. So let's place it down here. That sounds like you're, I don't know, hitting an old loose board with your fist. And then we've got the sound for climbing it. Again, sort of similar to that whole board rattling sound. Alright, so on top of that, we now have a sound that's specifically for when you level up. So you have your regular experience sound, and then you have another unique sound on top of that when you hit a new level. So let's throw down some bottles. Or just a bottle. And that whole jingle right there was the unique level up sound. So we'll just level up to 6. And there you have it again. So it's different than the simple sound that you get for collecting the experience orbs. All right, so we've also got a new sound for some Flint and Steel. Sort of sounds like, I don't know, flipping a switch. The extinguishing the fire sound is still the same. It's just the lighting the fire that has changed. So, new sound for shearing. Sounds like shears. Sounds like he put up some scissors to a microphone and just, I don't know, snipped away. We'll do it to a couple more sheep over here. There we go. And once more. I should mention, if you want to hear the sounds even more clearly, you've obviously got the source OGG files that you can find inside your .minecraft folder, so if any of you want to make some musical remixes of the new sounds, that's where you'd go. Alright, so we've also got some new sounds for Galloping Pigs, so I figured the best way to do that is to simply ride a pig and go forth, and then you'll hear the new sounds. So let's put a saddle on you, and ride you, and take out a carrot, and go silent. So there we go. That's the new pig galloping sound. I'm pretty sure you can hear it even when you're not riding a pig. I think it is still apparent just when they're walking, but you can hear it a bit better when you're actually riding the pig. All right, there we go. Let me off the pig. We've also got a new set of sounds for cows. I think there's still some old ones thrown in there, but new damage sounds, new just regular moo sounds. So let's spawn a few, and hopefully we'll get a whole symphony of the new sounds. So they now huff, and their footsteps are a bit heavier than they were before. They've been given unique footsteps, I should say. Got a few different moves, huffs and puffs, and now if we punch one, he's gonna run and sound like he's stampeding, sort of. So there you go with some of the new cow sounds. Now finally we've got some new mob sounds. So let's start off with the Enderman here. We'll go one by one just so that we can sort of isolate the different mobs and none of their sounds blend together, as I've been trying to do thus far. So let's start off with you. Endermans have sort of a new aggravated assault sound. It sounded like I was charging you with a crime. Their aggravation sound's a bit different here, so. I've also got a slightly new teleportation sound. I'm trying to get him to trip off, but apparently he really doesn't want to, so let's spawn out a few more here. There we go. That was the new sound right there. Apparently it took a few seconds to trigger, but finally got it. There we go. Whoa! Yep, they're mad. That's a terrifying sound, I'm not gonna lie. Yikes. That hiss. Alright, so that's the new Enderman sound. We're gonna have to get rid of these guys and then we'll move on to zombies and skeletons. Alright, new zombie sounds. They're pretty subtle, but the changes are there. It's mainly in regards to their footsteps. So, throw them down. And I'm simply trying to move them around so that we get the walk noise. Sort of sounds like he's walking through some sort of, I don't know, damp surface. But hopefully you can hear that. That it is a different footstep sound. Groan, grunt, that's still the same. Oh hey, that's a new bat. We'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, let's get rid of this guy, and now we'll get to the last thing, which is a skeleton. So let's throw down a skeleton here. Skeletons have new sounds for A, just walking around, and B, being damaged. So I think the goal is to make them actually sort of sound like a thing of loose bones, loose rattly bones. Which hopefully you're able to hear that right there as I'm pushing them around. Alright, now if I punch him, you get a totally different sound. So there we go. New set of sounds on the skeletons. Sounds more like a whole entire set of different jangly bones rather than one cohesive object. All right, so actually one more that I forgot to mention. One more new sound is with wood. So wood actually has its own unique sound for getting placed down as well. And that, as far as I'm aware, is all the new sounds that have been implemented. Quite a few. It's always nice to have more unique sounds where there was reuse overlap before. So anyway, I think that's about gonna do it for this video. I thought I'd put sounds in their own isolated videos so that you could, say, use it as a reference if you want without having to go through the other features and skip around. In the next video, I'll go over all the new features that have been added, so hope you've enjoyed. If you have, rating would be much appreciated. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.